Kids Under Construction parents. I met most of you at your open house. My name is Lacey York and I am your Usborne book lady. I would like to share a few titles with you. This one is our Tummy Time book. This is for your youngest child. It has contrasting pictures that are great for developing eyes. Along the same lines is the That's Not My series. This is also wonderful because it has a brightly contrasting pictures and it has a touchy-feely area on every page. So as they get older and they're starting to touch and pick up things, this is absolutely wonderful. We also have Baby's Very First Touchy-Feely. This one has textures on each page, a trail for them to follow, flaps for them to lift, and a touchy-feely area. The next one is for your child that is starting to talk. This is wonderful. It has a bunch of different pictures that you can point to, and you can say the name, and they can repeat you. This one is along the same lines as well, Baby's Very First Black and White Library. These are very small books, so they can hold these ones themselves. These are great to put into your purse or the diaper bag to take with you places where they need to sit still. Next we have flashcards. These are wonderful for first flashcards. When my son first started with flashcards, he wanted to touch them and look at them closer, but he would constantly bend them and crease them. But these ones are nice and thick and they are foamy, so they can get their hands on them and they can look at them and they can say the words, which is absolutely wonderful. I would like to share with you next our flap series. This one is Peek Inside. This is for your youngest child. It has 2 to 3 flaps on each page with a little bit of content broken up. Next up from that is the Look Inside. This one has 70 plus flaps on it, and this is great even if your child isn't ready for this. I take this one to the grocery store for my children because they sit and they lift the flaps and they are super busy and engaged the entire time. Along the same lines, we have See Inside. This one has 100 plus flaps. And again, if your child is not ready for this one, this is a great one for them to grow into. Next, we have Lift the Flap Question and Answers. This one is a lot of fun because on every page, there is a flap with a question on it. And then you lift the flap and it answers the question. So there are several flaps on every page. You do not have to read every one in one sitting. You read 2 or 3 on each page, and the next time you go through, you read different ones. So they're constantly getting something new. We have the Big Book series. This is an awesome series because these fold out into big pictures. The content again is broken up, so you can read just a little bit every time, and you can read something new. The next is the Jonathan James and the What If Monster. This one is great for your child if they are hesitant to try new things. It goes through and it says, well, what if I do this and I slip and fall? What if I, paint and it's not pretty? What if people laugh at me? Towards the end of the story, the What If Monster says, well, what if you do these things and you're really good at it? What if you try your spaghetti and you absolutely love it? So this is wonderful to get children to try new things. Telling the time. How many of your children are ready to start telling the time? This is a wonderful one because it goes from morning to night and it goes through breakfast time and lunch time and dinner time, and they can change the time on the clock. Next we have our Dual series. This is great for your child if they are starting to sit still longer for stories or if they're starting to read. Along the top there are larger words that they can read, or you can read if they are not reading yet. And then along the bottom are words that you can read. And this is wonderful because there are bright illustrations that are going to keep your child interested and engaged the whole time. And in that same series, we also have Farmyard Tales, and this one comes with a CD. And we have Fairy Tales. All right, we have reference books. This one here is for young beginners. So on every page, there is just a little bit of content. And again, you don't have to read it all every single time you sit down to read the story, but there are wonderful pictures for your children to look at. And then we have the ones for beginners. We have several in this series. And on every page you can see that there's a little bit more content, but it's broken up so you don't always have to read it all. Okay, so if you have a child that is first starting to read, these are awesome. These are our phonics readers, and they are just silly little stories that they are going to sit and laugh at. There's lots of rhyming in them. The words are large so they can read them. And we also have Ted and Friends. This is 12 of our phonics readers all together in one book. And this one also comes with a CD, so it's wonderful to take on road trips. And there are also flops for them to lift in this one. So along the same lines, if your child is starting to read, we have this very first reading library. This one comes with a parent guide, and in every book it features different letters. And then on every page there's a section where you read and there's a section where they read. So again, they're getting a nice full story that's going to keep them engaged, but they get to read as well, which is absolutely wonderful. And then we also have, so that is a hardback copy, and we also have this one. This one is paperback, but it has all those same books, and then it has the next 2 stages of reading in them as well. And if your child is very curious about chapter books, we have Hey Jack and Billy B. And these are just really simple and fun chapter books for them to read. Not many pictures, but if they're sitting still, this is something that they would really enjoy. Okay, so moving along to our activity books. We have I Can Draw Animals. We have several I Can Draw books. And this just goes through, you draw simple shapes and put them together to make animals. So this one is a lot of fun for a child to start to draw. We also have several sticker books. This is a first monkey sticker book. This one I got from my daughter because she absolutely loves monkeys. So it comes with a bunch of different stickers, and then it also comes with these pages that you can put the stickers on. And then we have Wipe Clean books as well. Each one comes with a Wipe Clean marker. And as you can tell, this one has been used a lot. We've had this one for a year now, and my son still absolutely loves it. He played with this one tonight for 45 minutes. So it is perfect to take to the doctor's office or somewhere where they need to sit still for a very long time. And it's wonderful because if they get the markers on something, they come right off. I also would like to share with you this illustrated stories. These are also wonderful for that child that's going to sit still for a little bit longer. There's not as many pictures in it, but it's going to help develop their listening skills. And lastly, I'm sure all of your children saw this one and absolutely loved it. This one is our Busy Train book. And I'm sure a lot of you saw it and went, oh boy, that kind of looks like a toy. And I thought that at first as well. But what this is it's a wonderful conversation starter. So the train goes along and you can talk about the things that it goes along. It goes by these houses and by all these people sitting out at tables. How many people are there? What color are the houses? How many people are in the lake? It's wonderful to get your child starting to talk. This was great for my daughter because she was a little slow to talk, but this one got her going on it. I hope you all enjoyed seeing all the books that we have to offer. This is a very small fraction of what we have. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. So go ahead and shoot me an email, a text, or give me a call. Thank you very much for watching through to the end of the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.